It's time to step inside the Octagon with your host, Ike Feldman.
What's up, fight fans? What's up, combat sports community? It is your boy, Isaac Armbar Mitzvah Feldman. Yet I've never gotten an armbar. I think I've gotten it in training, but never in a competition. I have the name. I haven't even had a bar mitzvah.
So in a live role, you have gotten an armbar.
Maybe.
Okay.
But the name is too good. Armbar mitzvah.
It's fantastic.
The name is too good not to have it. I tried now more. I make a concerted effort to try to get arm bars because of the name.
Yeah, you have to. I'm wearing a Kimura Savage shirt. Whenever I wear this shirt later that evening, if I train, I feel as though I need to at least get one Kimura.
And later this evening, we will be both on the same mats of the great Matt Serra, Huntington, New York. Check it out, folks. And that is how we cross paths, and I'm happy I did. I believe that's like a melting pot of talent or successful people. And it could be from all walks of life. I've tried to explain this to my wife. It'll be over everybody's head. I see their eyes glaze over, but I feel like you'll understand this. You don't have to be a UFC fighter to be a great person. Like at the Serra Academy in Huntington, New York, you can meet a great lawyer, a great teacher, a great guy who...
Right there. Shout out to Schneer and shout out to Dino. Schneer's an attorney
yes!
and Dino's a teacher.
Yes,
so.
Love Dino. Best voice. Dude could be a sex operator.
Hey, yo. But you're right.
The point is, just making it to the gym is a win. That person is a successful person, unless their name is Rex Huberman and he trained on it. But I doubt it. I doubt it. He's probably more at LaFleur's gym because he's a South Shore guy.
There you go. Yeah, stay on the South Shore.
Maybe Longo held pads for him.
We'll keep our North Shore people.
Exactly. Just making it to the gym consistently, you're a successful person. Turning it into a style of life and a community and connecting with the people outside of the gym, as we're doing right now, is just another level to that. Nick, first and foremost, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a human, as somebody who is not taking the cards that you were dealt, but taking the cards that you were dealt and saying all in. And I really believe in people who want to be not only the best versions of themselves, but want to see their potential. And I feel you're doing that. So first and foremost, respect.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been quite the journey. It's been quite the multi-metamorphosi, I guess is the correct pronunciation or the terminology that you'd have to use.
Easy with the 3 or 4 syllable word.
There's been a lot of versions of me. There's been heavier version of me. There's been, bodybuilder version of me. There's been in-season, off-season bodybuilder versions of me. There's been a lot of different styles of Nick, and then it'll be 2 years, May 1st, that I just randomly decided to join a jiu-jitsu gym. Now, let me mute my phone because otherwise emails will be blasted.
What a rookie mistake.
You know what? It's the 2 phones. That's the problem.
Dude, now that I'm looking at you with the headphones and the glasses, you were definitely a Marine in your last life.
I had to have been.
You look like somebody who was like...
Either that or a samurai. I was like, with all my Japanese influence with the dog and my favorite foods being Japanese food, and I want to get to Japan so bad. So there's just some connection there. Maybe Marine, maybe a Japanese Marine. I don't know. You never know.
Dude, with the Grok AI or something, you could make that happen.
Yeah, I could. So, just 2 years ago, I just decided to join Serra's. I was doing a lot of HIIT cardio at the time. I was kind of on my fitness grind in a different modality as opposed to just constantly bodybuilding. And I never took steroids. I never wanted to. So for me, my competition career was very short-lived. I did 2 shows, and then I just said, all right, I could try for a third, but I'm not going to take what they want me to take. And I'm just, I guess I'll just enjoy training.
Full bronze? Like you?
Oh, full bronze.
Like, because you seem like an all in person, as I was mentioned. Like
dark. Yeah, it was quite the interesting experience. My mom still complains about my tan staining my bathroom because I lived in a condo with my mom, 2-bedroom. It
Oh,
stained
wow.
as I washed
and
it
you're
off.
putting that shit on your skin?
Well, it's only one night.
Okay.
Well, technically 2 days. You get it a couple days before, then you get another coat. I actually fell asleep with my fingers on my chest while it was still wet, and I woke up competition day and I peeled my hand off, and you just saw a hand, like the hand of Sauron, just on my chest, and I couldn't believe it. It was just the craziest shit ever. But
Holy shit.
yeah, it was quite the experience. Heartbreak will do a lot to you, and it'll make you kind of go in such a crazy horizontal, vertical, different direction than what you're currently on your path of doing. And honestly, when people tell me that they're experiencing something like that and they want to, due to said heartbreak or due to a tough time in their life, they want to try something completely out of box than what they would normally do, I say, yo, go for it. Because this is the time to experiment, and if you're going to be all in, you're going to be all in.
Right.
And for me, I mean, I prepped for my bodybuilding shows away at college. No girls, no booze, nothing. Like, I was focused on the mission at hand.
How long? 8 weeks, 10, 12?
8 weeks. No, man, I prepped for 22 weeks. 22 weeks was my first show.
In months. That's about 5?
Something like that. Yeah, so I truthfully, it felt like forever. I dropped from 240 to 150.
In the 22 weeks?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yep. So
Wow. And oh my God. Yeah.
Quite the experience. It was quite the experience. So what you learn from that, though, is that you can accomplish things. It's going to sound very, very cringy and philosophical, but you can accomplish things if you really do put your mind to it.
It is cheesy.
It is.
You hear David Goggins say it, Joe Rogan say it.
Kai Green, thoughts become things.
Yeah.
He's big on.
That's from The Secret.
Yeah, he's constantly big on constantly reminding people that you put your best effort forward. You think about these things.
Bruce Lee, don't talk bad about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because your brain can't tell the difference.
Yeah, and it's tough because I make jokes about myself all the time, even still to this day, and I have to remind myself, don't say that. You don't want to say that, even though because you're psychologically you don't know the difference on that brainwave pattern. But like that inner voice that doesn't know, so you keep saying, oh, yeah, you're fat, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 it actually starts coming true.
Right. Yeah, Mir Lambden, another Sarah Jiu-Jitsu black belt, just re-upped with the Jets player. I don't know if I can say it yet. Yep.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'll break it. Sauce.
Let's go. And it's big year. Dude, he's got to be praying to all the gods right now, Mir, because it is that year that does Aaron Glenn, the new Jets coach, he is going to test because can Sauce get that contract? And Amir's like, dude, I ain't going to Detroit. I ain't going to a different team. Like, my family's here. My gym's here. Shout out to the Lighthouse BJJ. But, like, Sauce, get that contract. So, but anyway, Amir was saying, first introduction is like, oh, I like the studio. I'm like, oh, yeah, besides the peeling thing off there and the thing over there. And he goes, stop that. He goes, stop that. He goes, you're already in the studio that you want. He goes, don't tell yourself that. And I was like, interesting. It's like I'm joking, but he does have a point. And since he said that, we've never texted anymore. No, since he said that, I've really started to look at that. And the Bruce Lee quote, it just makes sense now. So, yeah. And that was the podcast at Nicky_Rizzles.
Yeah, at Nicky Rizzles. That was I'll give everybody the very quick synopsis of that because a lot of people think that it's like with the whole rizzing and riz stuff like that. I have 2 last names. My father's last name is Puya. My mom's last name is Rizzo. My parents divorced when I was 2, and I've just always been closer with my mom. My dad was kind of always just a not a parental figure, but he was always just like an acquaintance in life, like somebody I knew. He was my dad. Like no bad. He's not the best human being in the world, but like we just accepted each other for what it was. After high school, I decided to use Rizzo as my last name, more so than Puya, because they're both legally in my birth certificate. So Rizzo was just like, I always know people that know me from before high school, like at the end of high school, and then after. Because everybody that's after high school, they all call me Rizzo or Rizzles. But everybody before, like, and during high school, they know me as Puya. So I was literally at my buddy Jeff and his wife, their baby shower a couple weeks ago, and I heard at the corner of my ear, "Yo, Puya, is that you?" And I was like, that's how I know someone's an OG. So. But basically, I was at a party with my buddy Jay at the time, and he couldn't get my attention. He just kept saying, "Yo, Nicky, Rizzo, Puya." I couldn't get my attention. Then he just goes, "Yo, Nicky Rizzles," and I went, what the hell is that? And then we all started laughing. So I wanted to take it one step further and joke even more and make my license plate Rizzles. Just to like, you know, like really ribbon your friend. I'm like, oh, it's only $150. Not realizing at the time that you got to renew this every like 2 years. So I made Rizzles my license plate, and then that was it. Everyone just Nicky Rizzles, yo, Rizzles, and that was it. So that's kind of how it all started. And once Sarah found out my nickname was Rizzles, that's it. That's all you hear him scream when he sees me.
Yeah. It's a great nickname. I feel like that we share a lot of similarities. Not only with the early resistance or adversity with coming from divorced parents. It's like whether you want to say it or not, like that can harden you in a certain way. It's like what you do with that. How do you feel towards women moving forward? Like I'm a trust issue all over the map with that. My wife was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like so thankful that she came from like a solid household, because she's seen parents fight and stay together. Because I believe, like, if two divorcee kids cannot get together, show me it, prove me wrong. I don't believe that. But also with the pre-Ike-tagon or the pre-Isaac, the pre-Ike, I'm not going to say my name. You might hear tonight from the sensei or coach who's teaching tonight who calls me it. He overheard somebody say it.
Gary? Gary.
Yes, how'd you know this?
No, you just blew your own cover. I was saying who Gary teaching?
Oh,
you just blew your own cover. That's it.
Wait, that's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was Gary teaching.
Yes, that's my nickname. Yeah. Oh my God. And yeah, one of the guys that I started martial arts with 2009, he was at Sarah's. He's a black belt. I'm still a blue. It shows you the who's distracted. He says Gary, and one of Professor John's like, huh? This is Isaac. And then,
Johnny. Johnny at the front desk.
Yes.
Oh, I love Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny's the homie.
He is, and he just calls me that, and I said, Johnny, that's how much I like you. I said, it's a very small circle. So, Puye, you said?
Yeah, Puye is like a very rare to hear. I don't even know if my head will turn.
Same thing, my friend, when I came back from the city, I guess I was in the Brooklyn stage with the hipster, and he goes, yo, Ike, yo, Isaac, and he's just busting the balls. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
So, I feel a kinship.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we're both in this grind, this crazy lifestyle of following your dream. I wanted to I make a joke with people, like, show me a kid who wants to say they want to live their dream, I'll slap him in the face. Like, Adam Sandler? We're like, don't ever say that.
Stay here forever.
It's like, bro, unless it has to be what you absolutely love. To lose 90 or 85 pounds, I believe that was the math.
90, yeah.
To compete, and my side to jump in a cage because we love it so much, and I think that's what makes us so elite in the field, that we can relate with somebody, a Kai Green, a little bit, not all the way, but a little bit, and I can relate to name your local fighter, name your UFC fighter, a little bit. I think that shows you how much we care, and it's not a bad thing. I'm going to say that we are super fans. We love bodybuilding, MMA so much that we want to try it. We want to cover it. We want to talk to people that have made it their life. Fair?
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's been.
So talk to me about the dream. Why? How? Where?
I think my dreams have shifted a lot over the years. My dream originally was become an IFBB pro, which is the highest title without winning shows, but it's just becoming a professional bodybuilder. I wanted to be that for a long time. I realized I wasn't going to be able to do that without steroids, and you could compete at the natural levels, but there's really not much going on at the natural levels. That's like, it's not the same, but it's sort of like it. It's like the NBA and the WNBA. It's like, okay, people don't really care about the WNBA, and it's no offense to them. It's just the NBA is just where everybody watches. There aren't people lining up usually to go watch.
Poor WNBA. Everybody uses it.
Yeah, man.
Example.
I mean, it's tough because
Bill Burr. Bill Burr. If you care so much about women's rights, show up at the
WNBA matches. That's what I'm saying. So it's and especially because they've been talking more and more about, like, we wanted to get paid the same as NBA players. Like, that would be like the natural league saying they want to get paid the same as the untested league, the IFBB. And now IFBB and NPC, now they have natural shows. But it's just not, it's currently and prior to now, it just has not been where it could go. It could be in the untested versions. People go to these shows to see freaks. They go to see the leanest person with the most muscle mass. Okay, they go to see bikini division for girls. They want to see the girl with the tightest waist and the biggest butt. Like they just want to see all that stuff because that's what puts asses in seats. You know, it's the sensationalism of it. Yep. And unfortunately, you know, now you look at it now, the guys just got to keep getting bigger and bigger. And then you start having them blur the line of divisions. So it's like a men's physique competitor, which started out as a division where you wear board shorts, and it's supposed to be a really sporty, athletic look that a general person could achieve. It's a bunch of guys that basically don't train their legs that are just humongous.
Right.
So it's like,
I never knew that. I thought that they just like were like lazy. I never knew that was a division of board shorts.
I mean, listen, I use that as a joke, saying they don't train their legs. They train their legs, but they're not judged on their legs. They're judged on their calves because that's what shows.
It's
but
like
if they don't
doing
have
MMA, but no leg kicks.
Yeah, if they don't have good quad development, they don't got to worry about it. Like it's not that serious for them. They get to just work their upper body and call it a day. Then they created classic physique. Classic physique is supposed to look more so like the Arnold style of era of
proportion, right? That's what I learned.
Proportionate, muscular, you know, really just symmetrical and all that stuff. Now you got guys that basically start in classic and then they just get too big, so they go to open. Open bodybuilding has no weight limit. Then there's 212 bodybuilding, so you have up to 200.
There was a weight limit.
Yeah, up to 212.
Okay.
So there's the 212 division, which is up to 212. And then open is just however heavy. So you could have a guy that competes at the open bodybuilding show at the Olympia level that is 240 pounds, and you got a guy like Big Ramy that lean is 290. So that's the open bodybuilding. I met Big Ramy. He's the shit. I drove him in my S5 back in the day. I picked him up at JFK.
Let's go. Dude, you're all in with this.
He didn't fit. And I drove stick, so like every time I had to shift into sixth gear, he had to move his leg.
Will you ever have a motorcycle?
No, not around here. I just had this conversation yesterday with my mom.
I just feel like you're a guy who's like...
I would love a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to drive a motorcycle. I miss driving stick on my car. The problem is that there are too many people on the island, and you really do run the risk of just somebody not paying attention and clipping you off and making a life-changing mistake for yourself, more so than them. Like, yeah, okay, maybe they get prosecuted or stuff like that. Let's take all that out. Maybe they don't. But for you, my mom just found out about a guy that she knows is going through the court systems right now. Somebody hit him and he lost a leg. Ugh. So it's like, you're going to be a multimillionaire, but you don't have a leg now. Like, you're missing a leg. So
that's what Rogan says. Would you want to be a sick billionaire?
Yeah, and most of them would trade all the money in the world to be one of us to be able to go to the mats every single night.
Right.
You know, and
that's a good point.
My dad, I haven't spoken to my dad in well over a year at this point, but my dad has multiple sclerosis. So he's in a wheelchair, and he was a collegiate athlete. He played basketball.
Oh, wow.
So on days sometimes where I just don't feel like going, I think like a guy like my dad, who's in a wheelchair full time, he would kill to like be able to go roll, even though I'm tired. It's like, okay, I'll go.
Right. I had that self-talk on Monday, like or Wednesday, 2 days ago, like scraping myself like off the couch, and you get to that time, that 5:50, the 6 p.m., you're like, just fucking go.
Yeah.
And I have this thing, just smell the oxygen outside and it'll pick you up.
You're a little further than me, but I live legitimately 10 minutes away. So I'll be sitting on my couch until 6:20 sometimes, and I'll be like, all right, let's go. Or I'll use my Tiny Decisions app where it's like a little rotating wheel, and I'll hit it, and I'll be like, should I go tonight? And it'll go, yes, no, yes. And I go, all right, let's go. Fuck it.
You are calculated. I've picked up on that. I picked that up from you. Like, there's not a round edge on you. Everything sharp.
I try.
And I respect that. Like, I like to surround myself. I consider myself like the loosey-goosey artist, free-flowing, very uncalculated, go off instincts. And you seem somebody who is like XYZ, like map, like you are. And I respect it.
I hate uncertainty.
I
and
love
unfortunately, in entrepreneurship, there's a lot of uncertainty. So that's something that I've had to adapt to.
Shit you can't control.
Yep.
And that is very frustrating. I'm sure. But back to the shifting in the gear. You competed. You wanted to be. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the
IFBB Pro.
Okay, I'm just learning about IBJJF. So
yeah, IBJJF. Are you going tomorrow night?
What?
At Great South Bay. They have another competition tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this.
LIJJN.
That's why you got to know people, folks.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a buddy of mine that's going to be competing, Lauren, black belt Lauren from our gym.
Brachia.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to be competing later on in the evening. I'll have to see how long it goes.
Evening?
Yeah, 5 p.m.
Good.
5 p.m. it starts,
because
and my
work
buddy
tomorrow. Okay.
my buddy is literally going at 5 p.m.
Who?
So he trains Austin Hooper. He trains at Zen Jiu-Jitsu in Huntington Village.
Okay.
So he's under Mark.
Not Omni Zen or Ami Zen?
Used to be it was more so like a recovery spot on Main Street.
Yeah.
It's mainly
it looked like a brothel, like the way they were selling it. I was
No,
like,
it's mainly a jiu-jitsu.
honey, I gotta go train.
Yeah, gotta go train. Yeah. Why you have a robe? Don't worry about it. It's a different type of gi, I swear. I swear, it's just
judo.
just made of silk.
Yeah. You know the Japanese story.
Yeah, a lot of kimonos, stuff like that. But I thought it was Brazilian. Don't worry about it. Same, different. So,
but you shifted.
yeah, I shifted. So about 2 years ago, before I started.
Only reason why I'm keeping on track. We're on a time limit.
No, it's cool. Yeah,
I got kids to feed. You got dogs to feed.
I know. I got to go get Kenji his raw food, and then I didn't realize that I was walking into a Michelin star restaurant when I walked in. My man fed me.
Watch out, Amir.
Yeah. My man fed me, and he was like, "How do you like your steak?"
Garrett Wilson, if you're looking for.
I was legitimately on my live stream, and I saw your message randomly come through. How do you like your steak? And I was just like, "What? What does that mean?"
I was
like, "I don't know, rare, medium rare." I was like, "I don't know."
How do you like your steak, big boy?
Yeah, how do you like your steak? Just cigarette butts too. So I pivoted. I did all that, and then now 2 years ago, I don't know, man. I just wanted something different. I was tired of the bodybuilding stuff. I was tired of like all the functional training that I was doing.
Oh, I'm talking about you shifted from pro athlete, pro competitor to media. When did media?
Oh, media.
Yeah,
media
there's a big gap.
I've always had a passion for like making videos. The unfortunate thing is I listen to a lot of Alex Hormozy, and he talks a lot about don't make money from your passions because unfortunately everything becomes work. And it's very true.
Oh my God, I hear everything on each side now.
I know you hear a lot of people say that you should be getting into your passions because
Yes.
then work, it never feels like work. But
Right.
I have to agree. I was a salesman my whole life in different companies. I worked for Apple. I did retail sales, and then I worked for an audio video company. So I used to do in-home IMAX theaters and stuff like that in the Hamptons.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I transitioned
Any
from
celebs? run into?
we did Michael Eisner. He was the CEO of Disney at the time.
Okay.
We did Michael Eisner's house. They had done a lot of stuff with like Billy Joel, Bruce Willis, all that stuff. So it was pretty cool, man. I was just 3 to 4 days a week. I didn't expect to have to use my S5 to drive out there, but 3 to 4 days a week I was in the Hamptons, just
Beast.
driving around, figuring out, trying to get new sales, trying to network with. Yeah, it was very grindy.
Wow.
Trying to get architects to sign on with me and build whole home automations into their designs.
What'd you learn about people from that experience? Because that's a very in your face. Is it the pre-pandemic?
Yeah.
So then definitely in your face type of business.
2017, 2018. So that was the first job I got fired from.
I've been there, folks.
But I got fired not because of doing anything wrong. I was fired because
Question authority?
they just didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they set me up kind of for failure in the beginning. So when I was promised that I was going to be taught to be a salesman, and like they were going to bring me to meetings and network and this and that, but this is a company that's been around for over 30 years. So any account that I brought in, they were like, "Oh, well, we used to talk to them like 20 years ago." So it's a house account. So it doesn't hit as much of a number. It's a lesser number month of, let's say it's $1 million that I signed this person up for a consultation and a invoice. Oh, it's a house account because that's an architect that we used to work with. It's only worth like $200,000. We actually make more money on it because we know these people. So they wanted me to go find and do my own business.
Did they really though? At the end of the day, did you feel that they really wanted you to succeed?
No, because the three main salesmen.
I believe from the jump, some animalistic shit that they met you, they felt your energy, and they're like, "Yeah, he's not."
I was very over enthusiastic in the beginning, and then as things went on, I just kind of lost my passion for it because it just wound up being like a uphill clawing your way up a hill battle, and it just wasn't fun. They basically gave me, and their training was like sending me in the field and just watching installers for the first 6 months. So I'm just like, what does this have to do with sales?
Right.
So it just, and then there's one guy in the office that wrote everybody, all the main owner was somebody my mom went to school with. The co-owner was his cousin. The third owner was bought in.
Okay.
So, and they were the three main salespeople.
Yes.
How does that work? So then everybody underneath you just gets scraps.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Of course.
So they didn't do right by me, and
it's a Shark Tank in sales.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And I had a quota of I think like $2 or $3 million a year.
Did you find yourself acting not within yourself? Like you hear these people like, yeah, man, I just threw 120K on this. Oh yeah, that like.
It was just a lot of. Am I allowed to curse in here on this podcast?
Fuck
okay.
no.
Okay. Fuck no. It was a lot of like dick measuring and like that type of stuff. And it's just like I can measure with the best of them, but like I don't want to. Right. So it's like if we're gonna act like this, then this is just like not for me. So it was good for a little while.
That's why anybody who is at Sarah's consistently, like the assholes would weed themselves out.
Oh yeah.
Like Matt does an amazing job at not letting the prisoners run the jail. Not that anybody's trapped. It's a poor analogy.
They lock the door. They actually lock the door when we all hit the match. They go, now you can't leave. It's like fuck.
D block.
Yeah. Very fortunate at the time because my buddy Casey was a salesman.
That was a tough time for you.
Very tough. It was very tough. My relationship had just ended. I had just broken up with a girlfriend. She was I was about a year in with her. That felt like a jail sentence, so it's okay. That's all right. Yeah, that was quite the interesting. There's clips about that relationship on TikTok. 3 million views on one of them. That was awesome.
Oh my god.
So I mean, basically the long and short of it
was
at
Rizzology.
Yeah, at Rizzology. Actually, I think it's at Nicky Rizzles. I had to rebrand everything.
At Nicky_Rizzles.
I had to rebrand everything, even my YouTube account, to be like Nicky Rizzles through and through, and then just it's like the Rizzology show and stuff like that. Excuse me, I'm gonna burp my non-alcoholic beer.
How's it taste?
It's good. It's really good.
My ultimate goal is to do a podcast. I've been fortunate enough to talk to him several times in person, but to do a sit-down podcast with a Muslim fighter named Khabib Nurmagomedov drinking a non-alcoholic beer.
Sick.
Do you think that would happen, or the Muslim community would freak the F out?
I don't know about the non-alcoholic beer part because I think they would just, without the pre-notion that it is non-alcoholic, I think they'd freak out. I don't know if he would because of the image that he'd have, that it would bring. People would clip that out and they'd say, oh, it was alcoholic, even though it says non-alcoholic. But the prospect of potentially sitting down with him, I think, is very, very real.
Well worded. That was just beautiful the way you pieced that together.
Oh, thank you.
I like threw it up. You windmill dunked. That's a move in basketball. I know you don't watch other sports.
I don't. My dad played basketball. I got none of his height and I got none of his ability to play basketball.
When you said that, I was like, was he a nasty point guard? I was like, how's he play?
I don't know what my dad played, but he played for St. John's, so he must have been good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know how good he was, but he must have been pretty decent.
That's no joke. Oh my god. What was he?
I think he played for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Did he? Is he?
If somebody goes and like if for some reason I become famous in the next 20 years and somebody goes and like Rizzles lied about his dad playing for St. John's. Look, he actually played for the third string. I don't fucking know. Right. I just from what I know, my dad went to St. John's and he played college ball, so I assume he played on St. John's.
Hey, dude. Yes. Somebody you're on
safeguarding myself.
A D1 baseball team, whether or not you're picking up the balls after everybody hits them batting practice. Yeah. You made it.
Yeah, ball boy still got the ring, right?
Yes. Wow. Where were we? We were talking about.
Oh, we're talking about sales. So my buddy Casey,
time 2017, 2018.
Yeah, my buddy Casey offered me a job as a copier salesman, and yeah, that was difficult as fuck. I never wanted to drive my car directly into a overpass more in my life, but yeah, dude, it was pretty rough, man. I was drinking a lot. I just wasn't vibing with things.
I laugh, you joke, but it is serious. And it's good that you could look back at it.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, listen, drinking a lot to me means having 2 drinks after work, playing some Xbox buzzed, and going to bed. It's not, hey, I ripped a whole handle of vodka and I drove the car around screaming at people about how the government is filled with aliens. Like, that's not I got into a drinking thing. I was having 2 drinks every night to couple nights was way more than I ever drank. So right. I just was very unhappy. And then I had started my video business on the side at the time, and I was shooting videos for a lot of professional athletes and
so amateur. It was like boiling up and you needed to like get an outlet?
I was just shooting videos, man. I was making a couple $100 a video. I was just figuring things out, and it just seemed like I was having fun with it.
Nice.
And this, by like June, July, my buddy said he had a big project with Under Armour to go film the FCA lacrosse team.
Okay.
The fellowship lacrosse team in Colorado.
That
for
was like Frodo and Bilbo or something?
Yeah. It's like it's like a religious group that they bring all the best players to like under their banner, and they literally go and do these competitions. It's pretty crazy.
Can I ask an aside?
Yeah.
at that time in your life were you like looking for like we're like, God, why am I going through this?
No, I've always been spiritual. I've always had a sense of like, not religion, I would say per se, but I know that there's a God. I know that there's a
so you believe
creator.
In the Kai Green thing, like power, universe.
I believe in the universe a lot. I believe that when you ask the universe for things, it returns.
Being a conduit. Like, if an idea pops in your head, using that idea? Like,
yeah, I mean, just, going with the flow and just seeing, because everyone's on their own journey. So you just got to be able to...
Don't lie to me, go with the flow. You are calculated.
I am, but I'm not, because sometimes, once again, we go back to entrepreneurship. Sometimes you have to be able to pivot.
Yeah, you've learned that over the years.
I've learned, yeah.
So you're connected. You get the opportunity with the fellowship.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a one and done thing, but I was able to go out there, shoot with my buddy for a couple of days, make a couple of $1,000, which at the time was like huge for me, and I was like, whoa. And when I got home, I just said, all right, I gotta just try to do this full time because I'm living at home still. My bills are kind of maintained. If I can shoot for a Rosh and I can shoot for these people, this and that, I can make enough money. And I quit my job. And when I quit my job, I kind of just sat there. I still do it to this day. I sat there and I just went, okay, now what do I do? Like, now what do I do? That's what I'm like sometimes when my videos are all edited or I have stuff.
Anybody call you crazy? Anybody doubt you? Anybody sprinkle any doubt in the back of your head?
No. Wow. Tom Brady.
Your mom was...
My mom's been a supporter of mine from day one. She's always been.
Likewise.
Whatever I want to do, she's always been a supporter.
My mom's my best
She does
friend.
not want me to compete in jiu-jitsu. She does not want me to get injured. That's the only thing she says. She told me that recently. She just goes, Nick, we have to talk. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, I don't have a drug problem. Like, what is this? What is this?
Oh, Nick. What is this? It is a drug.
Yeah. What is this?
Nick.
What is this sit-in type of a conversation we're about to have? She just goes, listen, everything been going on. Blah, blah. Now, and
I'm concerned about you. You're dressing different.
Yeah.
You're smelling different.
Yeah, you're dressing different. You got all the men are sweating on your face.
You got curly cues on your nose.
Yeah. So she just like.
That's a pubic hair, by the way.
Oh, I know what it. I know what it was. No, it's usually in my teeth. Pause. So that last night.
If you know, you know.
Oh, it's horrible. It's everywhere.
I'll stop mid-roll.
Yeah. I tell him. I go, please stop for a moment. Okay.
I'm bringing a leaf blower. Matt doesn't know this. I think I'm going to do it on one day.
Just dust out all the pubes.
Oh my God.
All the pubes. So many pubes. And it's a clean gym. That's the funny part.
Yes.
Imagine unclean gyms.
Pristine. Shout outs to Coach Johnny. Like, if he sees anybody with a scratch, he's like, hey, clean up. Hey, how come you're not going to the shower? Like, everybody's on top of it there.
Yeah. And if you get staff or you get something like that, you usually
it's like John C. Reilly has rolled there for a year though. There are some
the curly cues. I thought you were going to talk to me about my firearm training. I was like, what is all this?
See, I can see it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And then she's like, I just really don't want you to compete. I said, oh, you're good. I'm not going to compete. It's okay. Everybody wants me to, but I'm good. I'm not going to do it right this second. I got some time. Because my whole livelihood depends on me being able to walk and shoot videos and do all that, I can't risk it. A year ago, I had one of the guys at the gym snap my ankle. And it was he didn't intentionally try to snap it, but he botched a takedown.
It's more you. Remember that. You didn't tap.
No. It was a botched takedown. The round was over.
Explain.
We were doing King of the Hill. Matt put me down on the mat. He goes, all right, Rizzles, go over here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, everybody, Rizzles is not just a regular white belt. And I'm like, don't say that. It's 7 a.m, Matt. I'm like, it's 7 a.m, Matt. I don't need everybody going crazy right now. It's not that serious.
The 7 A's are tough.
I don't like the 7 a.m.s. I'm good. I don't. Ever since this injury, I don't train in the mornings. So the kid who will go unnamed, we're friendly still, but it was a very ego-driven thing that I didn't like. And I had a white belt come out first. I swept him. Blue belt come out. I backed out because my job in the King of the Hill position is to sweep, submit, or back out.
Right.
Their job is to pass the guard or submit. That's it.
And if he does it, he stays on.
I stay on the mats if not. So
King of the Hill.
He comes out. And I said to him, hey, man, don't hurt me. Like, let's just, joking around. Because, he's a little aggressive. It's like he rolls, his 80cc finals every time.
Bald?
No.
Okay.
No, but I know who you're talking about.
There was a popped rib once.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And Matt's like, is everybody all right?
Yeah. So
7 A's, too. It was a 7A.
What,
bro? Like that intensity.
Yeah,
with
no,
the
I'm
pop
good. No,
rib.
it's too much. I need food. I need I
7
need
needs to
oxygen in my
be
system. I
good
can't do it.
music, good vibes to start the day.
No, it's too
I
much.
need to murder somebody before I go to the office.
It's too much. It's too much. So he comes out. We start scrapping a little bit. He stands up. He double stands up with both feet. I go to do the waiter sweep, and he steps 1 foot out. So I go, okay, cool. So I transition almost to like a deli heave, but then I step up and I push him and I stand up. Round's over. Done. I've stood up and got away from you.
Yes.
He grabs me at the top of the round, and I go at the top, and I go, "What are you doing, bro? I already backed out." And he goes for like the takedown where you slide and put your leg behind the Achilles. I couldn't even answer it, to be honest with you, with it, like name wise. He goes to like he botches the takedown essentially. He just put his leg.
He went for a takedown after you stood up.
Yes.
Weird.
And then pulled me down as I pushed him away.
And
he landed
focusing.
He landed on my ankle, and it just went snap.
Because you were completely done with the
round was done. The round was done. A couple weeks later, he asked me. He's like, "Yo, what happened? This and that." I go, "You grabbed me at the top. You re-engaged me when the round was over." He's like, "We weren't like live rolling." I'm like, "Brother, come on, dude.
Right.
It was King of the Hill. We
Right.
all knew the fucking assignment."
Right.
So that was an injury that I didn't need to sustain. And dude, that was 10 and a half weeks of gingerly walking around and really, I still went and trained. I drilled. I didn't roll. But it affected me. And I'm lucky I didn't really break something.
I would guarantee that person doesn't compete.
He does.
What?
He does. Yeah. He still goes to the gym. He still goes to our gym.
No, I mean like competitions.
Yeah, he does.
Really? Because usually competitions, it's like,
but this
you understand there's something bigger.
This is why. Because somebody's going to go 120%. I'm going to go 120% because they're going 120%. It's just going to be...
Okay, we'll have to talk off camera.
Yeah,
we might have the same guy.
We probably have the same guy. He's a good guy. Listen,
there's multiple guys.
He's a very good guy. He really is. He's not a bad human. That's the problem. That's the good part and the bad part. I don't have a gripe with him.
Good guy's not a training partner, though. Like my
I won't roll with him.
Good guy's not an occupation.
I know. I listen. Even if I know I could fuck him up, I'm not rolling with him. Just out of principle that I know you've done. Like I had somebody rip an armbar on me last night. And he went a little too hard.
Not me.
No.
I didn't get the armbar.
But we were doing situational rolls. He went a little too hard. So then the next round, I went hard. He tapped like very quickly, and I went, and I was just like, "Oh, are you good? Are you good?" That was me just like kind of showing, "Hey, man, if we really want to go hard, we can, but we don't have to."
Dude, you are my boy reincarnated. Amazing.
Hey, not reincarnated. I'm here. I'm here right now.
I swear there's caffeine in there.
No reincarnation. I'm here right now.
He's the one with the beer. I'm with
for the time, the non-alcoholic beer.
We balance each other perfectly.
Yeah. I'm good. Listen, man.
You had to tell him what time it was.
Yeah, and
that's exactly what my
I
friend
have
said.
really good vibes with this person too. I love training with this person, but for a hot second, I had to remind them, and we rolled afterwards too.
Though? And I say this to my friend. My friend is like, looks like a Greek guy.
I don't think he did.
Could have wrestled D1, but like, yet people test him, and then he's like,
Chris.
No, he's in California. My boy,
Chris at our gym is nasty. Blue belt Chris. He's just like he's got the energy tank of like a moose, a sprinting moose.
I think that's a good thing.
Probably. I've seen him run some.
I learned things from you guys.
Yeah.
But my point is like, why is somebody so dull that they have to feel that they test like this person will kill you? Like they're strong. Like, are you? I think it's them. Like, what's going on with them that they have to feel dominant? Because you're kind. You're nice. You're approachable.
Well, that's the first guy.
And they have
the first
to take
guy.
advantage.
Last night, I think, was just
People fool kindness for weakness, no?
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm very passive when
I bet your mom is like the sweetheart, but she will cut a throat.
My mom used to
collect.
My mom used to collect money from mob bosses.
Let's
like
go.
Working in the clubs.
Let's go.
Mom don't give a fuck.
But a sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
There you go.
Best woman you'll meet. So she considers all my friends her sons. Like she's like, she collects them like Pokemon cards.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think last night was just mostly a misunderstanding, and that's okay because it happens. Adrenaline. I don't know if you realize how
people misunderstand you a lot though because you're so kind.
Yeah, I'm very nice especially with rolls. Like when it comes down to it, I understand that a lot of people I'm a lot stronger than. So I try because I did years of strength and conditioning work.
Fucking bet.
So it's like if I really wanted to like ragdoll people, I probably could. But
oh my god, especially in the gi.
Oh yeah, dude, I love my dude. Can you look at my fingers? 2 years of training. Do you look how bad my pinkies are getting?
Whoa, this one's crazy. Are you a lefty?
I'm not, but I do bat lefty and hit lefty. I throw righty.
Dude, I'm telling you, I piss lefty. I throw lacrosse lefty, hockey lefty, but righty for righty.
Yeah, my mom used to when I used to write when I was little. She used to take it out of my left hand and put it in my right hand. Because she just wasn't thinking like maybe my son's a lefty. She was just thinking like, oh no, this is how you have to do it, son. Like I'm a righty, so like I do some things with my left hand still, and most of the stuff I do with my right.
We're gonna find something out in a few years about like that means that like your brain is like playing multiple chess games.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not to toot our own horns, but I mean like that could be horrible because then you're missing the sunrise while you're playing those two chess games.
Yeah.
But the ability to play multiple chess games at once is...
My brain goes, and you even said it upstairs, my brain goes 1,000 miles a minute.
Can I say what I said on
You can say it, yeah.
I said, are you on Adderall?
No.
And I feel like somebody shouldn't get offended. Like, if you take an edible, like, hey, are you high? Like, yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, you took an edible.
You were saying as if I was like so focused and
yes!
keep circling around. No, never. I don't even know what it feels like. Even in college, I never took any of that. I'm a
Respect.
I get nervous of not being in control of my own body.
Your character is very strong.
Yeah.
Because you have the talent, the ability, the GPUs up there, but you're not
teraflops going on.
But you're also like, you could be under a bridge doing heroin with that type of GPU. It's like channeled.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I don't know, man.
Mama?
It might be.
Hardest worker you know, your mom?
Yeah.
Always grinding? Because that's for me.
Yeah, my mom.
I can't let her down.
My mom's owned her own business, and she bought her first house when she was 21. But then
How
again,
do we know?
Houses cost like $8 back then, so I can't. I tell her that all the time. She goes, "Shut the hell up." I'm like, yeah. It was $8 and a goat. Like, it didn't really cost as much as it costs nowadays to buy a house. But yeah, my mom's always been self-employed. I grew up basically in her office. I grew up around my grandparents.
So the grind was osmosis.
Yeah. I call my mom Karen because I grew up listening to everybody say, "Come into the office, Karen, 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 Karen." So I started calling her Karen, and she'd look at me like, "What?" And then
don't say that nowadays. I was like,
but then she just got so used to me calling her Karen. Sometimes I call her every morning. I'll be like, "Karen, hello," and she'll be like, "Hello, son."
It's amazing, man. She's your rock.
Yeah, she's good. She's a great woman. She really is.
During those tough times,
she's been on my podcast. She's been on my.
Okay.
She's been on my podcast. She hung out with me, and she keeps asking me. She's like, "When are we doing another one?" I'm like, "We'll do another one. Relax. We'll do another one. Let me get other people in there."
Take it easy, Karen.
Yeah, you can come through whenever you want, Mom. She's constantly listen. I'm blessed because without her, I'd be screwed because of Kenji, and me traveling so much for work at times. Without my mom, I would be really in deep shit because Kenji needs his medicine every 12 hours. He is a very finicky dog with other people. He's very dominant, so it's like he gets along with my mom. It's just me. I don't have a girlfriend, so it's like if mom can't watch him, I can't put him in a kennel. He eats raw food. They won't feed him the raw food. His pill schedule is demanding. It's a lot.
And I bet you can't turn that off when you're away.
No. I text her when I'm away. Pill time. Even I'll be in fucking Germany and Dubai, and I know that it's pill time just because my dog GPS is telling me it's time for Kenji's pills.
So, speaking of Germany, speaking of exploration, we just have a few minutes left till we got to take care of our youngins. What's on the horizon? What's next? What goals are you trying to build into clay and then let it your fruits blossom or whatever?
I would love to take a Tokyo trip just for me. I'd love to take a Tokyo trip for me. I'd love to document some of that process on my YouTube channel. I'd love to maybe get some podcast episodes set up to do out there with maybe some locals or just people in general. Just talk about cultural differences and whatnot. Excuse me, non-alcoholic beer.
Why are you not scared of that? Like just going to some random new place. Like you're from Long Island, you're set up in Long Island, but yet you want to just go halfway across the world and like that's not for everybody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know what? I've been not a loner, but I've always done everything by myself, man. There's a lot of people, especially in our age group, that can't be single, that can't be alone.
Right.
They're constantly jumping relationship to relationship.
Yes.
Oh no, this is my baby. Oh, this is my soulmate. And then 6 months later, it's like bodybuilders with supplement contracts. Then 6 months later, they're like, no. That last one, that wasn't it. This is the protein that you want to buy. It's like, how can I trust what you say?
Right.
I've never relied on others, and I attribute that to being an only child and growing up with a single mom. So I've always had to keep myself busy. I've always had to just be occupied with myself and my own time. I think it has created a lot of great attributes to myself.
Yes.
But I think it's also made it harder for me to succeed in terms of like delegation and adding people to my team on business. because I'm like, why would I hire somebody when I could just do it? Like, yeah, I got to grind this out, but I'll get the edit done, or I'll do all of the self-switching myself, or I'll do all of this. Why rely on somebody else? Like, because if somebody else fucks it up, I'm going to be upset. Where if I fuck it up, it still sucks, but like, I can blame myself. So I've just always had to be self-sufficient in that way. And ever since I was 15, I've been paying for my own shit. Like, yeah, I lived home until I was 30, but like, besides rent and electricity, I mean, even still I chipped in every now and then, but like, all my own food, all my own like student loans, all my own car notes, everything. Like, everything's always been on me. So that creates a very...
You like it that way.
I won't say that I don't like it that way, but it's made me who I am. So it has made me a more serious person that I don't need anybody. Like, I don't need to be in a relationship. Like, I'm cool with just doing things by myself. So I say all that to say, traveling-wise...
But you are a beautiful individual.
Oh, thank you.
And beauty shines from the inside out.
Thank you.
You have a good heart. You're a hard worker. Like, who wouldn't want to be with you?
I appreciate that. I think there's a lot of people that I've had potential
but I feel like
interests of, but I'm not going to waste somebody else's time and my time.
Right. Because you have...
If it's not a cohesive match where my life is going to be...
very cohesive, like super cohesive.
Where my life is going to be easier, and I don't mean like they're going to come and just like work for me and make it. I mean like whereas it's just an easy process of being with this person rather than a friction.
Right.
Most people fight through friction because they don't want to be alone.
Imagine, is this a good matchmaking? I was going to say before, you're saying I do everything, I rely on everything, and my friend who's a cop but also has a side business, like nobody will work as hard as him. Like, he knows every single detail of the small business. And I said, dude, when you take it to the next level is when you find that foreman who's you from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's almost impossible. It's like, but the Rizzology is going to be on Rogan when you have somebody underneath you who has the same vision and work ethic. It's not going to be some Joe Schmo that you find on WeWork.com. Yeah. It's going to be somebody who wants to strive and excel just like you did.
I want them to take my... Listen, I know it's my company and it's my name, but I want them to champion it with me.
Great.
I want them to raise the banners with me. I want them to know that, like, this is teamwork. Like, yeah, my name is on the show. Yeah, it's Rizzle Media Group is my company name. But, like, the group is in there for a reason because I do want people to come on board at some time. But I don't want them to come on board to just leave after a month.
But this is what I'm saying, the perfect person. Yeah. What if you found some woman who equals your energy, who equals your work ethic and ambition, who knows how to work media stuff, who's gym fit, who loves you for you, and counters your...
It's tough. It's tough
combining... How amazing would that be?
It'd be great, but it's tough.
Honey,
it's tough combining the professional. But it's tough combining professional with intimacy. With relationships.
She is an influencer. Yeah. She's a fitness model. She knows how to do switchers too. She knows how to edit. I mean, does that person exist?
Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna put this on Do Not Disturb.
But she would help you.
Yeah, she would help me. Are you saying that this person is just going to be strictly...
You're so intense that you would... A 25-year-old, you break in half. I could feel the intent. Like some guy who's like, I did record Kai Green. You didn't record Kai. Did you do the backup thing? I said, broken.
Yeah.
I'm in Germany right now. Gucken Fliegenstein and record.
Nah. You know what, man?
But if it was your partner and she's like,
I don't think I could work with.
Okay.
Because I feel like there'd be too much overlap. I want. Ideally,
you're clear in that what you want.
Yeah. Ideally, what I really want is I want a traditional type of relationship. And when I say traditional, I want...
She's warm when you come home from a hot day.
I just want her to know...
That sounded weird. I meant like
no, I know accepting. What you mean. I just want her to be... I want her to know that if she's going to be traditional, I'm going to be traditional. And when I say I'm going to be traditional, I mean protection you don't got to worry about.
Right.
Like bills you don't got to worry about. I'll go out there and I'll be the one to put everything on my back and make sure that we're set and good. I just got to know that if we have kids, if we have stuff like that, I don't want them raised by other people. I want them raised by you because I selected you as a partner. Like I want your values and our values instilled in the children. I don't want to drop 4 bands a month just for them to go to daycare and learn from Lucy Liu over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me shift then. Does she have to be physically fit? Active all the time?
I believe that my partner would be physically fit because I don't hold myself to a lazy standard.
Not just some hot queen bee that, yeah, she blows up. She's still got curves though, but like, no, you gotta be on it, honey.
Well,
like,
you have to understand that like doing hard things constantly.
Because I feel like those queen bees get thrown at you in your direction all the time.
I
just have to take the honey and go.
I've had I don't even take the honey anymore. I don't.
No sticky.
No taking the honey, bro.
Oh my God.
You know what, man? As I've gotten older, I've cared less and less about needing to have people around just to have them around. So I've always been
a beast focus.
Yeah, I've always been a solo type guy, like I was just saying.
Yeah.
But even with friends and friendships and whatnot, I've always been very quick to cut off because I'd rather not have fake company. I'd always rather have
time. Time is the most important thing.
Exactly.
Not money.
I always want to have good company. And the people that surround me in my very close inner circle, there's maybe only 5, if that.
That's good.
My boys that I talk to daily. I had a buddy that I was very close with for years. Actually, 2 years ago, I stopped talking to my godson's father because his girl was just causing problems in our relationship as friends.
Yes.
And I had to unfortunately leave him kind of in the past. I miss him. I miss my godson. I'll never say I don't. But like, he just was cool with like the situation that
out
she
of
was
your
putting him
orbit.
through.
That's what I say. Like you're in a different direction. It's like orbit.
I don't wish him bad at all.
Orbit.
Actually, I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope that him and my godson are doing amazing because I unfortunately know the type of environment that she was putting them in. But you can't lead a horse to water. And what is it? You can't lead a horse to water and force it to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave him all the options. I gave him all of the advice I could ever give somebody. And if you can't take that advice,
right,
this is your life path that you have to.
And you're not crazy. Remember this, because I'm sure you're giving direct advice. And you're like, why are they not fucking taking it? Is it me? Am I saying? Am I too forward? Am I like?
Yep.
I go by the David Goggins thing. You love that motherfucker. You tell them they're fucking up.
Yeah.
You tell them what can help them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
no, we kept it real. I mean, he was my longest friend from high school, so long time, man. This was a friend of probably about 15 years, 14 years. So it sucks, and it sucks. And I was flattered when he made me godfather. I was flattered, and
maybe hopefully.
Listen, things rekindle all the time, but unfortunately, I think he's got to get out of the situation that he's in.
That's
he has
what
to
I'm
learn.
saying.
So maybe in another couple of years he does, and we recircle. Great.
And silence works for me.
If
we're talkers,
yeah.
Sometimes silence.
Oh,
they're like, wait, where's Nick? Where's Nick?
Yep.
Hey, Nick, like. Because you're so there, they take it for granted.
Yeah. So, and that was another buddy of mine about a year ago. He was one of my closest friends, and unfortunately, he started getting into the high rock stuff, and he just kind of fizzled out. And he would make jokes about the jiu-jitsu stuff all the time. I always tried to include him. I was like, "Yo, bro, come through jiu-jitsu."
It's a weird age because we start to get some power in our 30s.
Yeah. And so
ego is now.
Yeah, and I try to constantly never have. Listen, I film with big names. Flex Lewis. I film with Action Bronson.
Great name. What's the big Bam Falab? Big Baklava?
Yeah.
I love it.
Bam Baklava.
Let's go. I saw his Rogan working out thing.
Yeah, I film with Action. I film with my buddy Tom. Is very close with Action. My buddy Tom was a purple belt, a competition purple belt. He does all the crazy workouts with sandbags. He's very close with Action. Listen, I film with really big name people, and I'm very fortunate from it. But I also don't care about names because at the end of the day, we're all the same.
Yes.
Like the homeless man laying on the corner is the same as Jeff Bezos. The only difference is the monetary portion of it. At the core of it, they're both humans.
Yeah.
So I'm not big on the elitism of like looking at Hollywood and all these people like, oh, they're famous. Bro, fuck these people because it doesn't matter. Like, are they good people?
Yeah, you said you've been around Arnold.
Are they good people?
Arnold's
That's all I care about.
People wouldn't even think he's real.
Yeah, I mean, I filmed him and he was in the beginning of my video that I did for the Arnold Classic. Just he was passing our booth, and listen, I've been backstage with him with Kai, like them talking in front of me, and just like it's cool, man. But once again, not letting things inflate your ego. I still feel like I still battle out the imposter syndrome sometimes when it comes to like video work.
Yes.
So you try to stay humble and balanced to your core of what like why you started, the clients that you're working with, where you're going, and this and that. there are projects and monthly retainers that I have that the guy that's just starting out would drool over. And it's not that I take those for granted now, but like I'm looking for bigger ones now. So it's just like that's kind of the progression, like you with the studio. Let's use this for an example. When my podcast first started, I did it in my office in Roslyn.
Yes.
My office in Roslyn was probably the size of the room right here, the second room over here.
The whole office?
Yeah, the whole office. And I kept all my gear that you see in that office now in there for the most part. It was tight. It was hard to get a lot of cameras in there. It really was. It was not easy to navigate and function with. But I got it done. And I couldn't wait to get a bigger studio. But then you get the bigger studio and you fill that fucking place up. And now currently I'm looking at the live stream. I'm like, man, it'd be cool if I had like a little extra space.
Right.
And you're constantly looking down the road instead of looking at what you currently are doing and have. And that's something that you have to enjoy. When I was in Germany and Dubai with Kai, it was cool, man. It was very cool. A lot of work.
Makes sense why you guys connect, because he's a very guarded individual.
Yeah, I mean, we became very close at that point. Unfortunately,
Does he know you by first name?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, dude, I saw him at the Arnold. He picked me up and threw me over his shoulder. He uses a new camera guy. His new camera guy is very talented, really nice guy.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with him and I. Unfortunately,
Right.
his manager and I, his old manager, he doesn't work with him anymore, thankfully. But his old manager and I had a falling out. And it was like a really bad situation.
You're a real one, man. People
Yeah,
don't want to...
His old manager didn't pay me for a job for almost a year. And I started getting really upset.
Sinners don't want to be around a saint.
And I put...
If I could put it...
I put late fees on the invoice after about 9 months, 10 months, and he called me very irate. And I said,
It's
dude,
crazy. You're probably so kind.
I was very calm.
Yeah.
I was out there traveling, doing things for him, this and that, and then it just
above and beyond.
Because I stopped, because I put my foot down. He said, "You really want to ruin this relationship?" And I just said, "I'm not ruining any relationship, dude." I said, "I'm simply getting paid what I'm due." And unfortunately, it wasn't even a Kai project. It was a separate project that he had me do for another client. And it was for billionaires. I'm like, brother, you owe me a couple $1,000. Right. It's not like you owe me 20 grand. Like, just pay the fucking money. So, long story short, and it's nothing. Listen, that person, I don't care. Like, I'm not mad at that person. It is what it is. But unfortunately, I stopped working with Kai because he was the guy that would hire me all the time. But from Kai's new video guy, he told me that they're not together anymore, and I couldn't be happier for him. I wish Kai nothing but the best. I text every now and then. He's a great human being. Very misunderstood, like we were saying originally, just by a lot of people. But he's just, at his core, when he's not on stage, he is really that same person, but he is a very good dude.
Gentle.
Yeah, very good dude, man. Very chill. He's got a lot. I mean, listen, he trains twice a day to this day still. When I would go on trips with him, he'd train all morning and all night.
Doesn't mean he's not affected by...
No, what I'm saying is my guy has got some demons, and I'm not saying that he's a bad person by saying
it's
demons.
Pushed him to this excellence.
I'm saying my guy is fighting every day, and he still has to train the same way that he does when he was that kid in Brooklyn. He's made it. He makes great money now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a face of a lot of different companies.
Right.
People line up for hours just to shake his hand and see him for 5 fucking minutes, but he still trains like he's that dude from Brooklyn.
Like a GSP? Like GSP says he does it for his mental...
He doesn't stop, Kai. Kai will go to the gym at 7 a.m. He'll finish at noon.
That's what I mean.
Then we'll do everything in the between for all the stuff that he has to do. Then he'll go back to the gym at 8 o'clock at night and finish at 1 in the morning. And those trips are like 4 or 5 days straight of that. He doesn't stop. The guy is a machine. He'll do 45 minutes of calves before he starts his workout.
And you did a documentary on him.
Well, it was like a mini doc,
How long? 15?
I think it wound up being
12?
like 10-ish minutes. Yeah.
Where can we find that?
That was on Monster Energy's page. I'll have to get you like the full breakdown. But
yeah, I mean, you do beautiful work.
Thank you.
Beautiful human, beautiful person, well spoken. I appreciate you.
I'm trying to get the like and the pause and the ums out of my vocabulary, but it's tough when it's so ingrained, man.
That's a 99.9% type of statement. Like nobody would even think of that. But I appreciate you're always trying to get better. Like I just heard Arnold. If you have one piece of ab that you gotta like work on that ab, you gotta like work on this trap. Like you're detail oriented, and I don't think people respect the science about bodybuilding enough. But you do, and I respect you. So it's full circle. Make that make sense. At Nicky _Rizzles at Rizzology. I think this episode, this conversation was just learning about you, your energy, your mindset. I'd love to get into more detail in the future. You are just a few minutes away, so love to have you in.
Easy, I know. Like I got some traveling next week. There you go. I got some fucking crazy. I have some traveling next week, and then I'm just trying to think. We'll figure it out.
You're on the grind.
I'm on the grind because, once again, like the podcast, the live streams that I'm doing now, all of those are in complement to the amount of stuff that I work with my clients, which is what actually pays the bills.
I love it. Like every idea is like a new toy, and you're playing with the toy.
I'm just trying to continually not remake the wheel, but
it's your wheel.
Make tweaks to it that it works for me.
Okay.
So the podcast, doing what I do, is great. I have to take it to the next level for,
of course,
the live streams and doing more podcasts in the wild and doing stuff that a lot of people don't do.
Let me film you fight shooting. You go to a gun range?
Yeah.
Let me.
So
am I allowed? Are you allowed to film at those?
Yeah, generally. So I'm going to shoot this.
Some slow motion.
I'm going to shoot
thing?
this. I'm going to shoot.
You could
this.
teach me. You could be like, hey, put it on that iOS exposure, like, and I'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to be filming you, man. Like, we could do something fun.
We could do something. Yeah, I'm training for the tactical games. So
when is this? Give me a date.
I don't know yet. Truthfully, because.
Was it run by the CIA? They don't tell the date?
No, you know what? I have dates, but the problem is I just don't know which one I'm going to be ready for.
This year?
I'm going to try to do one by the end of the year. I just don't know which one. I'd have to go to Idaho or Austin. So basically, the tactical games, for those that don't know, it's basically CrossFit. It's a CrossFit type of competition mixed with shooting.
Like you're rolling?
No rolling, because you got.
I love the John Wick thing.
No, because John Wick, you got to be careful, man. The gun will go off. In real life,
I watch.
You don't want to roll. Yeah, you don't want to roll on the gun. They're very serious about all that, and I got into firearms about a year ago. I got my pistol license, and I've been shooting a lot. And
I never thought about that.
You should.
When you roll, the gun's on your right side.
Well, it depends on what type of gun. If it's a striker fire gun, or if it's a double action, single action gun. There's a lot of different ways. I'm not gonna bash Sig Sauer, but Sig Sauer is a very popular gun manufacturer, or firearm manufacturer, I should say, and they've had some backlash over their P320 model line, which is adopted by a lot of police forces. There's been some cases, if you look up, P320s of just going off in the holster without any trigger press.
Jeez.
So, but SIG came out and they said it's bullshit and blah, blah, blah. Like, they're making all these statements.
It's like a car recall.
It's crazy, dude. But then people just post a video of the gun going off by itself. But then there's the SIG fans that say, no, it'll never happen. Those are just people bashing the brand. And then there's people that are like Glock fans. It's hysterical. Okay. It's a whole new world.
My eyes are glazing over for the first time.
Bro, it's a whole new world that I just never thought.
I will film you holding a firearm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been trying to film some of my workouts, and when I say trying to film, I say that to basically meaning like I haven't been taking the camera with me, and I haven't been consistent with my gym workouts. I've been consistent with jiu-jitsu. I haven't been consistent with my gym workouts. My shooting is very good. Like, I've been very, very good with my shooting.
I'm sure.
Problem is, though, with like rifles, I also have to shoot ARs, and in New York, the rifle that I'm allowed to have here is very
go to Pennsylvania
neutered compared to the rifle that I would be able to that I'm supposed to use in the competition.
Oh,
so I don't want to buy a $1,500 rifle that sucks in comparison to what I'm going to need to use at a competition. So I've been really just trying to figure out what the best route and which competition is the best one. I was originally going to do one in May, but that was only if my training stayed consistent and then work just picked up. We'll figure it out. I'll give you some dates. We'll figure out that. But way before that, we can definitely do another podcast.
Okay.
You can come on my cast. You can come hang out with me on my cast.
It would be a freaking honor.
Yeah.
That might be the first place I've ever been invited to somebody's podcast. But
really?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you had people on that have podcasts?
No.
Okay. All right. There you go.
No, it's good. See, that was a good question. You would have gotten away like, wow, I feel bad for him. But you're like,
yeah, does anybody have a podcast?
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
come on, bro.
We could talk more about this tonight on the Mats.
For sure.
Matt Sarah's.
If you want to team up, just don't beat me up too bad.
Dude, I'm going for that ankle. No, Nick, you're the man.
Dude, I
appreciate you. Handshake on camera. You know it's official. And we'll talk to next time. Folks, I love you. Stay positive. Thoughts become things. Like attracts like. Surround yourself with a good community. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.